Hello awesome people, welcome back to Paasolo creation video tutorial. In this video we will be looking at how I was able to design, printed and mounted a banner somewhere in Asante Achimagogo. We will start by creating the design from scratch all the way to the end. I will be showing you some design principles and things you need to include in your design to make it stand out. Also, we will look at how to save your work for printout, and finally we will look at how this was mounted on the roadside somewhere in Asante Achimagogo. So if you are interested like I am, then let's dive into this video. But before then, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and be part of the awesome family. So to start with, it was 4 different projects that I was asked to do. Okay, the first one was 5 by 3 and it was front and back, which means we had to put an arrow on it. That's why you can see 2 design here. And this one too had no arrow, so we have only one design here. By the way, it was printed twice, and we had another one in front of the guest house. Okay, so this one was in front of the guest house, and we also had 8 by 4 feet. Okay, and if you have been using Photoshop for a while, you will notice that we don't have feet in Photoshop, so we need to convert that feet into inches. All right, so inches is something that you can measure, very simple, and 12 inches equals to 1 feet. So 6 by 4, 6 times 12 is 72. The weight is going to be 48 because 4 times 12 is 48, and we have 72. Okay, and let's maintain the resolution at 72 and click on OK. So boom, we are going to get something like this as your canvas in Photoshop, and we will start by designing this. So I have my resources here that I would like to use, and please, I will leave a link in the description for some of these, not all of them. Like the logo, I can't give it to you because it's someone's project, but I want to show you how you can go about this same design. So first of all, I have this pattern. I'll click and drag this pattern into Photoshop. Since we are using a white as our main background, I just needed something to put at the background. So these are some of the things you might consider. So the design principles I told you about, this is one of them that you might be considered. So if you have something plain and you want to use something to make it attractive, you can use pattern like this. And I think I reduced the opacity to 3%, right? And click on enter. So boom, there you have it. You can see without that and with this. So you can see we are trying to create some awesome look at the background. Okay, so basically this is what is going to be for the background. I'll click on Ctrl G or click on this to group that. Okay, and I'm going to give this one as a blue color shade. Okay, and I will lock the background. So let me put this one in and lock the background, because otherwise if I don't lock it, the pattern is going to disturb me so much. And guys, I will leave a link in the description below for you to download this pattern. Okay, all right guys, so the next thing that I will be doing is, when you look at this design, you can see I created some shape over here. So let's try to create the same shape. Okay, so first of all, with the help of my pen tool, you can create a new layer or you can leave it, and then you start to draw something like this. So you click and drag, and you click and drag. By the way, if you don't know how to use the pen tool perfectly, I will recommend you to watch this video that I will leave a link in the description below. Okay, go and watch that video so that you will be good at using the pen tool. So I'm just holding down Ctrl key and clicking this one to position it where I want it to be initially. Okay, then we can go around this area and click on the shape tool over here. Okay, then boom, you are going to get something like this. We don't need any color. Then from here, we don't need to change the background of this because we are going to replace this one with an image. Okay, but what you might consider doing next is to add a new layer over here. There we have the new layer. Then with the help of the pen tool again, we are going to draw this small shape here to create some awesome look. Okay, Then we can come here and end it. Click on the shape tool again, and then let me change this color to something else so you can see. I'll click and drag this beneath this. Okay, so the color didn't change. I'll change the color again. Then I'll add a new layer again, and I'm going to create the same thing. So I'm just clicking and dragging to create this cool and nice effect. Click on this shape, and I'll change the color to something different, and I'll move this one beneath the red. Okay, and if you have any trouble with your shape that you just draw, just select that and make sure you have your direct selection to selected over here. Okay, just beneath the text tool, and then when you click on that shape, it is going to bring these handles, and you can control the handles as you wish. Okay, so you can just control the handles. Then when you are done, you just click on move tool, and boom, you can be free from here. So let me also do the same thing here. So when you are done, you click on Ctrl O to fit everything to screen. And by the way, if you are wondering how to zoom in, just click on Ctrl plus to zoom in and Ctrl minus to zoom in. Or otherwise, come here and select this zoom tool. You click and drag to zoom in. You click and drag to zoom out. Ctrl O to fit everything to screen. Okay. Then from here, here's where the magic starts to happen. I'll first of all select my shape tool, and I'm going to draw a shape over here. Okay. Then I'm going to change the fill color. I don't want any stroke on this. So I can see I have some strokes on this. So I'll select all of them, and I'll select none. Okay. So when you select all of them, make sure you have the rectangle tool selected or any of the shape tool selected. Then you will get access to these tools. You click here and you select no color for that. Okay, all right, so this is what we have now. But from here, I'll click and drag one of my logos here because I want to make a sample color. My client already has some color that he wanted to use, so I have the color here. I'll click and drag this one here and position the logo over here. So you can see from the first design that we have something like this, and boom, there we have this one also. So there from here, I'll change this color to blue, the deep blue that we have in the logo. I'll make a copy, and then also I'll change the second one to this red and click on OK. Then lastly, I'll come and click and change this one to this blue that we have here. All right, so Control O to fit everything to screen again. And then let me move this one a bit down. So one of the main things that I want you to see is that this design is almost about shapes. So using a lot of shapes in your design is going to make your design look more attractive. So you just have to try to bring some creative ideas that you can see around. So most of the times you have to Google about some of this type of design so that you can get an idea on how you can also go about the same thing that you want to do. So next, I'll go to my source file again, and I have this image that I would like to add. I'll increase the size of the image. I'll click and drag this one here. Okay, so I didn't get the exact image, just that I have lost it, and I wanted something to show you guys. So let me put this one here. Then I have this image. I'll click and drag this one beneath this, so you can see this one that we already had or created. I'm going to clip this image on it, so I'll right click on this one and go all the way down here and select create clipping mask, and boom, there we have it. Clipping mask has been created. And then from here I can make this one a little bit big. All right guys, so you just have to fine tune in this logo, like toggle with it and make it how you want it to look. Don't make it too big and don't make it too small. All right, so somewhere in the middle is okay. All right, then from here I would like to select everything from here and move this one a bit on top because the space that I have here is a bit small. So next, with the help of my text tool, I'm going to bring in this text. But first of all, let me add the name of the company. So the reason why I didn't type this name again is that we created some sort of logo in it. So this was part of the logo that we created. So I wanted to maintain that. That's why I didn't want to, start again. Okay. If I wanted to start the same process by creating this one, it is going to take a long time for this video to get finished. By the way, it's not something difficult. All you need to do is to select the triangle tool. You click and drag to create triangle like this, and then you don't select any fill, but you increase the size of the stroke. Okay, so you get to a point where you are happy with it. Then you take your rectangular marquee tool and you add a negative mark. So you hold Alt and you click on this to add a negative marks, and boom, there you are going to have it. Okay, so at least you have an idea on how to create this. All right, so next I'm going to add the contact of the company. So I have their contacts here. So please, when you find yourself in Asante Achimagogo, I beg you to go and get a place at Fremamo, just at Whittier. Go there and make yourself comfortable. Okay, so with this one I use a font called Open Sans. Okay, so you can search it, or if you don't have it, go to Google and type in this font name and boom, there you are going to have it. So let's use the bold. Click on the move tool, Ctrl T for free transform, and then let's scale this up. Next, the space that I have here is a bit small, so I'll select everything and move this one a bit on top. Then with the help of my rectangle tool, I'm going to draw a line. So I'll click and drag to draw a line just like this, tiny one. I don't want any stroke on it as always, so select this and select that. By the way, if you want to remove the stroke on any subsequent shape that you are going to draw, make sure you have no layer selected. Then select your shape tool and select no stroke on here, and boom. Then from here, when I draw any shape, I will not have any stroke. Okay, so this is another trick I have shared with you. I will change the color of this design. I will change the color of this text to black. Okay, and then I'll go and add the services of the company. So I'll copy this with the help of my text tool. I'll paste in this text, and I'm going to use extra bold for this one, and I can change the color and make a sample color over here. Then let me increase the size of this and position it somewhere here. Let me maintain the bold for this. Okay, next I have my services. So with the help of my text tool, I will click and then I'm going to type in my text, but before then I'll change the font, okay, to the font that I would like to use for this. So I want to use this font and Ctrl V to paste. You can see we have a problem here, all because you see the figure over here is 88 and the figure at the interval is also 10. So let's send this one to 89 and click on enter. Okay, you can see we are almost there, and I'll change this color to this dark green. So when you come outside the color picker, you can make a sample color outside. Okay, and I would like to make this text a little bold, so let me choose this, and then I can increase the size of the font here. So you just click and drag on this bounding box around the text. Okay, next you can see from the first design that we had this 24 hours font text. So let me type the same thing here, 24 hours. Okay, and I'll change this font to, let's say, regular, and Ctrl T for free transform. Get a bounding box and enlarge this text. Okay, so one thing about principles of the graphic design is that I'm trying to maintain the same spacing over here. All right, so you can see the spacing over here is almost here. So let me make a copy, draw a shape, a random shape, and then let me make a copy to this place, and just click and drag your ruler over here. If you don't have your ruler, Control R to bring it, or Control R to hide it. Okay, or Command R. So you can see we are first of all placing the design at the right spot, but we don't have control on this one. All right, so this one will be here because we can't bring it here, and we can also move this one here. So let me hide this. Okay, let me delete it because we don't need it. Then I'll type in the font text. Okay, then I'll select both of the layers, and when you are on the move to, you get this and align this one to the center. And let me position this one a bit here. Next, I'll make a duplicate on this line, so I'll click and drag holding down the shift key. So if you want to make the duplicate like I did, you hold down the alt key or option and you click and drag on this. Okay, you click and drag, and when you are bringing it down, you hold down the shift key, otherwise it will not be straight. I wanted it to be straight, so you just have to hold down the shift key to get that effect. All right, so guys, you can see that we are almost through with this design. So what left next is, let's go and look at this one. You can see this one, we had an arrow on it, but the stage by default we didn't have any arrow on it. But if you want to add the arrow, it's very simple. Just come here and select the random shapes, and you are going to get something here. Then open your legacy shapes and more, and you will see arrows. And this is the arrow that I use. So you click and drag that, or you select it, you click and drag. Okay, and boom, you have your arrow. And I position the arrow over here, so I'll make it a bit small. Then if the arrow comes, I think this one will go up a bit, so we can make the arrow a bit bigger. And then we can select both of them and align this one to the center. And you can change the color of the arrow to this red. But we are not adding the arrow, so we just have to turn this one down. But by the way, that's how to add the arrow. So guys, next we just have to add the images of a hotel or a guest house at the down here, and the info about where it is located. Okay, so I have some of the images here. I'll click and drag all of them into Photoshop, scale them as they come along. So I'll select all the images, Ctrl G to group, then Ctrl A to select everything, and I'll align this one to the center. And from here, I can ungroup it back, but it's okay. Next, with the help of the text tool, I can add the location and the other details as necessary. So let me select white for here, and then align this one to the center, and I will scale this one up. Then from here, I will select only the location. Okay, and I'm going to make this one big. I will even change the weight of the font to something bold. Okay, and I'll increase the size of this one. Click on OK, and boom, there we have it. Everything is complete. But when you look at here, you can see we have this logo that we had here at the bottom here. So how do we do that? I have the logo here. I'll click and drag this one here and scale this one up. Okay, so one thing that I would like you to know is that you see the logo up here is the same color as this one, so I had to change this color so that I can get this nice color that you can see over here. Otherwise, this color and this color was going to be one color. Okay, so let me reduce the opacity to 10%, and boom, there we have it. The logo is here, and you can see that we have the logo on top here, but if you don't want it that way, you can move the logo just beneath the images. And guys, so this is the final product of this design in Adobe Photoshop. You can see how easy and simple it is. Sometimes it's not easy to come out with the ideas, but this is how it went out. And also you can see we designed this one too. So guys, let's look at how to go about this same thing here. So first of all, the size of that was 8 by 3 feet. Okay, so 8 times 12 is going to be 96, and here is going to be 36. Click on OK, and boom, we will just use this design for everything. So I'll go down here and unlock the background, and I'll click and drag this one here, and then I'll position this one here. Then I'm going to make a copy and just position this one here. So when you make a copy, just leave it and you use your arrow keys to align this one. Okay, so you can see that we have some space in between them, so I'm just trying to keep the same thing. So you can see from here that we have the same thing. Okay, next is to bring in a line with the help of the rectangle to draw a line. Okay, and then we are going to change the color later. So to change the color, I'll go to my design again, select my logo, click and drag this one here, and I'll bring the logo just here, and I can change the color by making a sample color here. Then go back again, click and drag Firmament over here, and I can scale this one up. So I'll align this one and the logo together. So Ctrl G to group. But before that, let me undo several times. So select both of them, Ctrl G to group, and align this one to the center. Okay, then from here you can see from here that we had the details over here. So let's try to bring the same thing, this one here. I'll make it very big, and I'll change the color of this one to this dark blue and reduce the size a bit. Also guys, the 24 hours that we brought here was also part, so I will select that and I will click and drag this one here. Okay, so what left for us is to add these details. Okay, and to do that is very simple. With the help of your ellipse tool, we are going to draw a circle, small one, fill it with white. Then we will copy our information. With the help of the text tool, we paste, filling with white as well. And we have a problem here, all because this one is beneath this. So I'll click and drag this one over here. So that is layer management. Guys, I am creating a Photoshop course for everyone. So if you're a beginner, intermediate, you are struggling with Photoshop and you want to learn from somebody like me, please just pick my number in the description or the number that appear on your screen, or email me. I'm going to add you to that, and you will have the course, and you can add Photoshop to your CV, your portfolio. And at the end of the day, if you are able to complete everything, you are going to get a certificate as well. So if you are serious about learning Photoshop, make sure you contact me and then we can take it from there. And also, let's thank our sponsor for today's video again, Skillshare. Skillshare is an amazing platform that has helped me in my graphic design career. I have learned a lot from there, and I also have a course there. So if you are serious learning graphic design, go check out Skillshare. It is going to really help you. And if you are a company or a business owner and you want some of these designs, some of these works, contact us and we can do that for you, okay? You just contact us and we come and deliver our best to you. All right. Then from here, guys, let's finish up with this design so that we can tackle about the mounting process, okay? So let's say this is the services that we are doing throughout. So I want to finish up this design quickly. So this is our services, okay? All right, guys, so let's say this is our services. You just have to type that around. So let me show you this one. So this is how it's supposed to look like at the end of the day, okay? So let's go and let me show you how this was mounted, the item that you need to mount this on a billboard, okay? And also this one was printed with a reflective sticker, so when a light hits on it, it reflects back to the person who threw the light on it. Especially cars, when car light hits on that, it reflects back, okay? All right, so let's end here and see you in where we mount this on a billboard somewhere in Asante Achim Agogo. All right, guys, so this is how the whole process started out when we started mounting the billboard, okay? So we started from the house of the person or the house of the guest house, and then we mounted the first one. So it was not all that difficult. We first of all removed the old one on the signboard, okay? So we already had the same design, but it was a sticker, and then we had to remove that from the signboard before we can replace the new one. And with the new one, this is the type of glue we use, the 91 type. So you can see I am the one holding it, and my boss himself is doing the paint, like doing the gluing on the board, okay? So for you to mount a sticker or a reflective sticker, right? Yeah, you need to paint on the billboard, and you need to also get your design printed out, okay? So this is the reflective stickers that you can see on the floor. So it wasn't all something other unique, all this process. And also remember to take along with you water, food. Maybe some of your members will feel a bit hungry, because this one, the work that we were doing was a bit lot. It was a bit lot, so we have to go along with water and a bit of food. So when we feel a bit hungry, we can find something to eat. And after you have painted on the signboard with the glue, all you need to do is to paste in your sticker. That's the reflective sticker in this case. And make sure you show the direction to the place also, okay? And then the final product look like this. So we have done with this one, and we are moving to a different location. So this Asante Achimagogo, Widium to be precise, they call the place Majakwa. So when you find yourself in Asante Achimagogo, go and make yourself comfortable at Fremamo Guest House, okay? So the meaning of Fremamo Guest House is it is the name of the people. So the woman is called Frempong and the man is called Amu. So they plan to use their name for the guest house, and they made it short as Frem Amu, okay? And that's how they got the name, and it's so unique. They are very, very creative. As we, the designers too, we are creative, so we made something good out of what they two came out with. And I love the result. So this was the biggest amount, the whole signboard that we did, and I really love this one. So this one is on the roadside, and we also have one at a certain location. When we got to that place, it was a bit late, so I couldn't record. So please, if you like this video, if you enjoy watching this video, you can leave your comments in the comment section and we will address to that. And also, we did a design in RGB mode, so afterwards we can share to the person and the person can also use it on a social media platform like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and the rest. So a lot of people also get confused that since we are going to print it out, why don't we design it in CMYK mode instead of RGB? But there is a simple plugin in Photoshop or a simple click that you can just translate your RGB colors into CMYK when you are done with your design. So in all, it was a successful project and I look forward to get more of this contract. Okay, and please, this is not the first vlog on me designing and mounting a billboard. So if you want to see the other video that we did, please check the link in the description below or click on this link to go and watch that one too. It was fun and it was successful. So please, if you have such a contract for us, it's very simple. You can reach out to us on Instagram via paasolocreates or we design, we print. And also you can use the contact and email that you can find on your screen right now or in the link in the description below. Reach out to us and then we can communicate from there. Thank you very much for watching this video. Until next time, keep creating and never give up. Okay, love you all.